दुनिया में क्या आ गए, अर्श की नेमतें फर्श पर आ गई। एक रमजान दुनिया में क्या आ गए।
नहमदु व नसल्ली अला हबीबिहिल करीम। अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू कुतिबा अलैकुमुस सियाम कमा कुतिबा अलल लज़ीना मिन क़ब्लिकुम लअल्लकुम तत्तक़ून। सदक़ल्लाहुल अलियुल अज़ीम व सदक़ रसूलुहुन नबियुल अमीनुल हबीबुल करीम। नहनु अला ज़ालिका मिनश शाहिदीन व शाकिरीन वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि तआला व बरकातुहू। We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His boons and His favors. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has availed us this beautiful month of Ramadan. And tonight we find ourselves on the 7th night, or in the 7th night of this beautiful and glorious month of Ramadan. Last night we spoke about Iman and Taqwa. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first reminds us that fasting has been prescribed to you as it has been prescribed to those before you, so that you may become God conscious. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. But we need to realize when taqwa is mentioned, Iman is always mentioned. So Allah starts off, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, O you who possess Iman. So Iman and taqwa goes hand in hand. So when we speak of people who have taqwa, then these are the people who have Iman in certain things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we mentioned last night, speaks about these qualities, that they are those people who have belief in the unseen, right? The unseen, when we say Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wal yawmil akhiri wal qadri khayri wa sharri min Allah ta'ala wal ba'athi ba'da al-maut, right? So many of these aspects has to do with the unseen, the angels, Qiyamah, the grave, the resurrection, etc., etc. So compulsory that we have belief in this. And then the second important aspect or point is yuqimuna salat. You need to be steadfast with your ibadah, with your salah. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And this is also a very important aspect of Iman. مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, to spend of that which Allah has given you in the form of rizq. You always find the Ahli Iman spending, giving. This we find in the example of the illustrious Sahaba. They used to spend. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, his daughter Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says that when my father embraced Islam, he was the richest of people. And the day he died, he only had enough money left for his kafan and for his burial. He spent everything in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, spending in the path of the Almighty Allah. Now, when we look at the rizq, what is a rizq? Generally, we think of rizq as that money which we get when we have worked, our wages. We think of it as rizq. Rizq is my wealth, the wealth I have. No. Rizq is, in actual fact, every ni'mah which Allah has bestowed upon you. Every ni'mah, every boon, every favor that Allah has bestowed upon you is part and parcel of the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This breathing, it's the rizq of Allah. The ability to see is the rizq of Allah. The strength I have is the rizq of Allah. The hands, the feet, my senses, these are all the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I need to spend it in the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I need to spend my wealth in the path of Allah. I need to see to the needs of the orphan, the destitute, the poor, the prisoner, and whosoever is in need, whether it be a masjid, whether it be the madaris. I need to spend it in the path of the Almighty Allah for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is a reward I will not only get in this dunya, it will be for me in the qabr and in the hereafter. So spending the health which Allah has given me is a rizq. So I need to spend this health that Allah has given me. And how do I spend this health? By performing and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I need to utilize the ni'mah which Allah has given me. My walking, my speaking, my talking. How do I utilize the speech? Do I slander people? Do I speak ill about people? Do I lie? Do I backbite? Do I speak or carry around tales? This is the rizq of Allah. How am I utilizing it? I need to utilize it in the remembrance of Allah. Make tasbih, make tahleel, speak good, give a word of encouragement, a word of comfort, speak some words of nasiha. This is how I utilize. I use my hand. If I'm going to use my hand to abuse someone, this is not going to be for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I need to utilize this hand for the pleasure of Allah. So this hand I need to use to shower mercy upon the orphans, to place a hand of affection upon those that have been unjustly acted upon, those that have been deprived. I need to utilize every ni'mah which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me in such a way that utilizing becomes an act of worship. Something with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be happy with me. And thus, these are certain of the qualities. There are so many things that we need to look at. So many things. The belief in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How do we believe in him? Right? The iman we have in him. The love we have for him. The respect we need to have for him. This is all part and parcel of iman, which is important. Or not just important, but compulsory. And this grants you taqwa, God consciousness, which is one of the greatest qualities which Allah bestows upon the person who fasts for the pleasure of Allah in the glorious month of Ramadan. May Allah guide and protect us. May Allah shower us with His rahmah. Shukran jazilan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.